Hey, welcome to another episode of Thumb Tacos. Today I got 5 tips and tricks for you guys that are going to save you money, make your stream more engaging, and get you into the next level on Facebook gaming.
Tacos! Thumb Tacos!
It's Thumb Tacos!
As always, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. I'm a small, successful streamer in Facebook gaming, and I'm using my networking background from being in bands and other things to do different types of tactics to get growth on Facebook gaming. I see a lot of guys making simple mistakes, and I'm here to help out the beginners. Any beginner that is struggling, if you find yourself plateaued or having a hard time getting to the level up, I'm here for you guys. Tip number 1 is a money-saving tip. Using daylight bulbs and using these clamp lights that you can get at hardware stores or Menards or Lowe's. These are great, simple contraptions, and they're very cheap. I legitimately use my whole setup is based around these lights right now because I didn't go with the LED route. I'm kind of a budget guy for the most part, but I see too many guys that are dark on their cameras. If you get a light in front of you, at least make yourself the focus on your camera. When people come to your stream, they want to see you. So make sure you are the focus in your camera. I see a lot of guys that have like the same lighting through their whole window, so the whole picture that they're seeing is at the same level of lighting. And it's almost distracting because you can't like pick out the person because they kind of just blend in with everything. So make yourself the focus, dim down the back behind you, maybe put some LED lights behind you for a little bit of flare, but make yourselves the focus. You are the most important part of your stream. Don't forget that. Tip number 2 is using OBS filters. OBS filters for audio and for video. A lot of people don't even know that these are on here as an option. So when you scroll down into your menus, go into OBS, click on your filter, command click or right click, and you'll be able to open up your filters. Go through. Now, I'm not going to go into all the different types of settings for these. You're going to have to tool around because different microphones, different voices, all that different stuff is going to affect the overall sound. So you got to go in and toy with these on your own. Also, a pro tip, Reaper plugins will work. So if you have Reaper, you can use the VST plugins and enhance your sound even further. It's a huge advantage if you have the Reaper plugin, so don't overlook those as well. Tip number 3, you can easily get a better audio sound for your stream by just putting up couches, curtains, blankets, things to, if you're in a room that is noisy, if you got a lot of echo in your microphone, you can use simple furniture and curtains and rugs and all this kind of stuff to get a dampened sound, so you get less of that echo and less of that stuff going on that really can be distracting when you're watching a streamer. So don't forget about those simple things, adding curtains, blankets, even those acoustic foam things you can buy off of Amazon, even the cheap ones will deflect sound properly to help your room out, especially if you're in a basement like myself. Tip number 4 is a fun little feature that I just started using a little bit more often. There's a hiding feature right on your dashboard for your OBS and Streamlabs with a little eyeball. You click on the eyeball and you can hide things, and you click back on it and you can pop them out. So I use this for certain shout outs for people when they come into the stream and all this other kind of stuff. It's a lot of fun. It makes your stream a little more engaging when you have these flash tools. You can also use hotkeys for these tools as well, so it makes it even more intuitive to do, so you don't have to buy a stream deck. You can actually avoid buying a stream deck by just getting good with hotkeys and understanding these little details in OBS and Streamlabs that not a lot of people talk about. So check out the hiding feature. It's a lot of fun. Also, a pro tip, if you're also having issues with things dropping out or disappearing, a lot of times you hit that eyeball without even realizing it. I made that mistake a lot when I started. All right, number 5 is another tip that I'm just going to put out there for people that play more modern games and shooters. I see a lot of you guys do this, and it's not that big of a deal, but it is kind of thing that I find kind of distracting. If you are going to have other people playing with you, make sure that their levels are a little bit below yours, so you are still the main focus. I see a lot of guys that have people on that are a lot louder and more engaging than themselves, and it's distracting because you want to find out who the other guy is more than the person that's actually streaming, which is a major problem. You're deflecting traffic right out of your own, right out of your own house. You don't want to do that. So be mindful of your audio levels. Pay attention to where they are versus where you are on your OBS meters. Look at it. If you don't have OBS, you should be able to have some type of audio sweep where you'll be able to see where your audios are peaking out at. So at least track by track, you can blend it out. But make them audible, but make sure you stand out and you are on top. Always be the more talkative one, direct, and don't neglect to stream. Now, Crimson Phoenix is a buddy of mine. He's been on a video prior for helping out with Follow for Follow and stuff like that, but he's a prime example of somebody that plays with tons of people online all the time. But he's very conscious that he doesn't neglect his chat, pays attention to his stream, and he makes sure that every other voice guest is a little bit below his, so he can always be the projecting voice. He takes control of his stream. That's what you guys need to do. I see this often. Maybe you guys don't agree, maybe you do, I don't know, but it's something that I've seen that I think can really help out a lot of guys. All right, so if this sounds like you, maybe try changing that out a little bit. All right, guys, I really appreciate you guys being here. If you find any of this content helpful, please smash that like button and also consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps out a lot and it makes a big difference, and then you can keep up with my weekly content on making us all better streamers. I am here for the beginner streamer because there's a lot of oversight that I see. There's a lot of people with the same problem, so as soon as I see a pattern, that's where these videos come from. So my inspiration comes from my own mistakes and things that I see. I'm always looking forward to helping out and talking to people. If you ever want to talk face to face, I go live on Facebook Gaming every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And honestly, my schedule is probably going to change. So I don't know if that's going to be current or not, but just roll over to Facebook or click the link and find out what I got going on, because on the top of my header, it's going to be my schedule. So thank you guys so much. You guys have a wonderful day.
It's Thumb Tacos.